Hey everyone, GamerJlee here, and welcome back to another video. And I know that we said we were going to do the weekly ritual and I was going to talk about this on a separate video, but unfortunately I'm running low on time, but I still wanted to talk about this because this has been something that's been talked about throughout the community over this past week that a lot of people have taken issue with and a lot of people are concerned about, and rightfully so, because we have seen a 43 to 45% decline in the Halo Infinite player base since its launch 1 month ago. Now this could be for a number of reasons, and one of the people that actually talked about this quite a bit on his channel this past week was Kevin Cool, who posted this video right here and actually explains in his opinion that this is pretty typical for a lot of modern first-person free-to-play games, or even free-to-play games in general. This kind of decline is not that surprising.
Well, what I'm seeing right here is average. Now for a direct Halo comparison, we can take a look at the Master Chief Collection. We can see after its initial launch month back in December of 2019, it had a 74% reduction in player retention. Now we did see these boosts come up with the release of various games onto PC, which certainly helped. And you can see how the player population kind of started leveling out right around 10 to 20,000 players roughly a month. We can take a look at Battlefield 2042. Now this game is certainly having issues when it comes to gameplay experience. This game has experienced a 54% drop since initial launch month. And we can dig a little bit back for this Call of Duty game, for Call of Duty Black Ops 3. They also experienced a 30% population drop after the launch month. So I hope you can kind of see where I'm getting at, that population drop after the initial month happens with literally every game out there. It's the average experience of every single game that's ever been released, that when initial launch happens, it's probably the most popular it will be. Now, there are certainly exceptions to the rule.
Now, to me, I do see where he's coming from, but at the same time, I have a little bit of a different take due to the fact that there has been a lot of controversy around Halo Infinite. Now, let me talk about the positives here. Halo Infinite is in a much better state than Call of Duty and Battlefield. Those games are both in colossal messes right now. They were massively panned by both of their communities and by the general public because they came out in such poor states. Halo Infinite got lucky that it came out when it did, because last year would have been the perfect time for it to be done and ready, because at the time they had no real competition. They got lucky that Battlefield and COD shit the bed and basically went on a massive decline, because if they had hit it out of the park, especially Battlefield, because people have been waiting for a new Battlefield game forever, this would not be a good year for Halo. And that's what we were all concerned about. But what's funny enough is that there was a massive appeal to Halo Infinite whenever it came out, because these other two games shit the bed. I know COD players and I know Battlefield players that are typically, dedicated to those games, came to Halo because their games were boring, bland, or broken. And Halo Infinite didn't come out in a perfect state. Trust me, there's tons of issues that need to be addressed. And I think that's a lot of the reason why you're seeing a massive decline. I think that the lack of issues being addressed, and now with Big Team Battle, one of the big features that they pushed out and said, this is our massive new thing that, we're going to promote, is Big Team Battle. Big Team Battle's back, is now just broken and almost unplayable. I haven't been able to play Big Team Battle in over 2 weeks now. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Don't even get me started on theater mode, which is a complete and utter mess. It's basically useless when it comes to getting screenshots or anything that's actually useful for doing videos or thumbnails or anything like that, or any kind of cool moment, due to the fact that this whole theater mode system gets desynced completely, glitches out, and is a complete broken mess. It's nowhere near functional unless you're lucky. And then you have another issue with that, and speaking of desync, is the desync issue that we're currently plagued with in Halo Infinite, where you'll be running and getting shot from someone and you'll go around a corner and you'll just drop dead because on the other person's visual you were still out in the open and the last bullet hit you as you went around the corner or something like that, and you're getting shot through walls. It's a major desync issue with connections and everything. It's been plaguing the game. Actually, my good friend PopQ2 made a really good video about this, which I will have linked in the top right corner if you want to go check that out.
So from my experience and the experience of many others, there are a lot of times when we are playing Halo Infinite and we will be getting shot at by an enemy player, but we will run behind a wall or any type of cover. We will block that angle we were getting shot at. And once we're behind the wall or behind whatever piece of geometry we ran behind, we will still die, as if we were still out in the open getting shot by that enemy player. And this is commonly referred to as desync. On the enemy player's screen, the guy who was shooting at you, on his screen you might not have been behind the wall. On his screen, you were still out in the open where he had a shot on you.
It's been issue after issue. I could probably make a video saying these are the top 10 issues in Halo Infinite that need to be addressed now, but I don't know how much good that would be when there's also a lack of content. Looking past all the technical issues and problems that this game is currently plagued with, the lack of content to me is one of the biggest concerns, because you look at Halo 5 Guardians, the last game to be released in 2015, and that game was criticized. It was criticized for the lack of content, the lack of customization, the lack of modes and maps and other things. I mean, they literally took maps and remade them into other maps to try and to appeal to fans, as this is new free content, and fans weren't digging it. Fans didn't like it. They felt it was lazy. It did come off as lazy and half-baked, and that's the way Halo Infinite's looking. And what's sad is that 343 said, we hear you, we understand your criticisms of Halo 5 Guardians, we won't do that again. But look at Halo Infinite's launch. 10 maps, none of them are, super amazing, breathtaking, new ideas, and the amount of modes that are even there at launch are minimal, nothing special. Hell, it's even worse than Halo 5 Guardians launch because there's less modes than there was in Halo 5 Guardians. This is again a repeat of Halo 5 Guardians when it comes to this. It's baffling to me that we have talked about this for 6 years and yet we're seeing a repeat of this same problem: a lack of content, a lack of options, a lack of customization. Customization's worse in this game than it was in Halo 5 Guardians. And I know what people are gonna say, but gamer, all you could pick in Halo 5 Guardians was your armor and your helmet. You didn't have that many options. We had more things we could unlock by playing the game than spending money like you can. And that's another thing. And another reason why you're probably getting people turned off to this game is the store. And I know that it's become a weekly thing where I rip into the store and what's going on with the store. And I'm not the only one doing this. I'm not the only one bringing this up, because it is an issue. When we have content that we've had for years showing up in the store with a $20 price tag, and you know what I'm talking about, that HAZOP armor, it's a legitimate joke that they're now taking the content and just splattering, $20 price tag. And then they're coming out with AIs and stuff that are $20 that, you look at the bundle. If the bundle was at least good, then maybe it's justifiable, but it wasn't. The overall message is a lack of content, a lack of options, a lack of variety. This game is getting stale fast because there's a lack of playlists. The lack of playlists at launch, oh my god, we've gotten more now. We've got Fiesta, we got SWAT, we got Free For All. That is nothing compared to past Halo games. That is the bare fucking minimum, if anything. And we're now almost 2 months into this game's launch, and we're hoping that once these guys come back from vacation that this is gonna change. I hope it's gonna change. I'm not holding my freaking breath. I'm gonna still be talking about this game, but it's right now in a state of limbo of just wait and see, and we're seeing that number drop. We're seeing that player decline. And one of the things that Kevin brought up is that this doesn't include the Xbox Live side. We don't know what's going on the Xbox Live Game Pass side of Halo Infinite. We only know what's going on Steam charts.
You can see we have a negative 43% reduction in peak player counts for Halo Infinite on the Steam platform. Now, obviously, it does not take in consideration Xbox platform. It doesn't take in Game Pass members as well. So this number is going to be larger than what you see right here. But these are the only numbers we can work off with, because these are the only publicly available numbers for population.
But if I'm getting bored of this game playing on Steam, I could only imagine how the Xbox players are feeling. And they right now probably are just playing this game because it's the only option we really have. When it comes to new first-person shooters, either they're going back to stuff they've played or they're playing this because it's the new hot exclusive for Xbox. And that's the sad fact, that this is right now the best game that Xbox can put out. And yet what we're getting is lackluster, same old shit. It's straight up jokes, and a lot of people are getting tired and bored and saying, I know people that are saying until the ranking system is fixed, I'm not playing this game. I know people that say until the desync issue is fixed, I'm not playing this game. I know people that say until they add more content to the campaign or DLC comes out for the campaign, I'm not playing this game because it feels lackluster. It feels like it's lacking content in all directions. It feels like a broken mess in all directions. It's not hitting the performance that people are expecting of a AAA game when it comes to quality and polish. This game feels extremely rushed for a game that had a 6-year window, and from what some rumor developer said, that it was actually more like 2.5 years. It has been a shit show. Your game is lacking content, and I'm not surprised that there's a decline in players. I want Halo to thrive. I want Halo to be successful. I want Halo to grow in players and have a strong community like we used to have, but I don't think it's ever going to get to those peaks because right now they're not doing anything to change the court of public opinion. They're not changing things really fast right now because everyone's on vacation, and yeah, it's vacation time. It's Christmas. It's the holidays. I'm going to say this now, and I think a lot of people would agree with this statement. As soon as that clock hits midnight on January 1st, y'all better be in that office. Y'all better be fucking cranking stuff out and getting shit done, because if this doesn't get a turnaround at the beginning of 2022, we're going to continue to see a decline, because 2022, there's some good games coming out. There's some stacked games coming out and some games that people are excited for. And if it's a case of this not getting updated for months or years and not really feeling like a complete game anytime soon, guess what? That number is going to drop more and more, and we're going to see people either going back to older games that they enjoy more, that feel more polished, or just waiting until new games come out that can satisfy their needs. I said this when it launched on November 15th, that this is a rough start, that this is a disappointing start to the launch of Halo Infinite, and we're continuing to see that, and it's probably going to take a while before it gets better. I'm not gonna lie, it is not looking good, and this is why this transparency is so important, and being honest and critiquing this game is so important, and speaking your mind and letting these developers know, and letting 343 know, and letting management know that you want change, that you want improvement, because if not, this game is going to die. Let me know down in the comment section down below, what are your thoughts? What do you think about this revelation about the player base of Halo Infinite? If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and drop a like on it. That would be appreciated. It helps us get this video into the algorithm and get people checking it out, so thank you very much for that. I will be putting out more videos throughout this week, including possible Cursed Halo. I just saw the actual finished product of one of the episodes, so that's probably going to be coming this week. Hopefully we're looking at a lot of good things. I've got a lot of ideas, and we're gonna be doing a lot of things. We're gonna be trying some new things. We're gonna be testing some new things, and we're gonna hopefully have a good 2022. Hopefully it'll be better than 2020 and 2021. So let's go into 2022. We're gonna be working hard. We're gonna be posting videos. We're gonna be building our community, and we're gonna be having good times and good vibes. So thank you all for watching, and as always, GamerJlee signing out.